Hello there, welcome to Inquiring Minds. My name is Doug and I'm back with today's fountain pen review. This beautiful Gioia Partenope Fiamma. This magnificent fountain pen is only one of the 5 amazing pens donated to my channel by Crazy Colorado Don. The first of the 5 that I reviewed was this lovely Le Bain scepter. So this will be the second of 5 reviews courtesy of the generosity of Don. So let's find out why this pen brings so much joya and what the hell a Fiamma is right now. I will show the parts and features of this pen, show some size comparisons, some measurements, and then provide a writing sample. And after the writing sample, I'll talk about what I like and what I don't like so much about this fountain pen. Gioia is a relatively new fountain pen company from Italy, which was founded in 2020. Their pens are manufactured in Naples, the home of one of my favorite brands of fountain pens, Leonardo. The translation of Gioia Partenope Fiamma from the Italian means joy, Neapolitan flame. We can certainly see the flame part of the name here. And this is a really unique fountain pen. It's a large acrylic and gold-plated brass flat-top fountain pen. It isn't as long as the Leonardo Momento Zero Grande because of the MZG's pointed finials, but it's just as thick and quite a bit heavier actually, owing to the brass in the cap, and the cap is twice as heavy as the MZG's cap. From the top, we see the very large flat-top finial that has the lovely Gioia logo in gold, embedded in black plastic on the top. And the side of the gold top finial is engraved with a frieze of the Naples landscape, showing the buildings and the ripples of the water of the Gulf of Naples. It's really beautiful and unique. The clip is also unique, and the shape flows like water from the flat to the round and then to a water drop point. It's really lovely. It's not only beautiful, but it's practical as well, as it's nicely springy. The red, orange, and black acrylic cap is straight until the end where it's rounded nicely. There's a small step down to the barrel that has a thin gold metal band at the top, and then is straight all the way down to the black plastic blind cap that has a gold metal band that separates the cap from the barrel, and then there's the gold metal end finial. And that blind cap unscrews to access the end of the extended converter knob. Like the Momento Zero, this allows you to prime the feed without having to remove the entire barrel. The cap unscrews with slightly less than a full turn to reveal the tapering black plastic section that has a small flare towards the number 6 size gold-plated steel Jowo nib and black plastic feed. The section is a nice thickness and very comfortable in the hand. Let's get a closer look at this nib. Gioia says they spent time in Germany with Jowo to make this custom embossed steel nib. And the embossing is very nicely done indeed, very deep and very crisp. We have the Gioia logo, Gioia in print, and the A on the end of Gioia is again an echo of that logo for Gioia, which is a nice touch. Then we have Italy in script, and then the B for broad inside a sunburst. Very nicely done. The nib and feed are part of a nib assembly that unscrews for replacement or maintenance. The section unscrews to reveal the included Gioia Standard International converter. This is a very upscale converter. It's got a screw thread on it, and this is similar to the Leonardo extended converter as well. So it's got the screw threads that give you a secure attachment to the section and a reinforced nipple, and this gold-plated extended converter knob that extends out the back of the barrel via the blind cap, as I showed you earlier, and it has the Gioia logo again embossed into that gold plate. And the end of the section nozzle is plastic. Inside the cap there is a plastic cap liner to seal the nib from evaporation. The cap does post on the end of that blind cap, but it makes the pen very, very long and heavily back-weighted, so I just can't write comfortably with that. So I don't consider this a posting fountain pen. So you can post it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone other than Andre the Giant.
But in the meantime, rest well and dream of large women.
Unposted, the pen is plenty long enough and comfortable in the hand. The center of balance is further back than ideal, as there is a lot of weight in that blind cap and converter knob. Here's a screenshot of the Gioia website catalog showing the Partenope Fiamma priced at 218 euros, which is around $240 US. Now let's look at some size comparisons. And here is the Gioia Partenope Fiamma with a Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0 in Stardust, a Leonardo Momento Zero in Prunia, a Jinhao 100 Centennial in Galaxy, and a Lemon M1. Now let's look at them posted. Now, as I mentioned, the Gioia does post, but that heavy cap makes it way too back-weighted for it to write comfortably. The cap on the MZG2 is actually quite light, so you can write with it, but it is fairly long. The Momento Zero Grande is perfect as far as I'm concerned. The Jinhao 100 Centennial is way too long to write with posted, and the Lemon M1 was quite a surprise in that it posts a lot deeper than its clone counterparts, and is actually very comfortable to write with posted. And this is a piston filler, as is the MZG2. Now let's look at them unposted. And here they are unposted. They're all number 6 size steel nibs. And the eagle eyes among you will notice that this is not a Jinhao nib right here on the Jinhao Centennial. It is an italics nib from Mr. Pen. Lovely, lovely writing nib. And the trim on the Leonardo Momento Zero Prunia is rose gold. Now let's look at some measurements, and I'll be back with a writing sample. And we're back with the writing portion of the review. This is Clairefontaine 90 GSM paper, and this is the Gioia Partenope Fiamma. And it has a number 6 size steel Yovo nib that is broad. Let's check the wetness. As you can see, it's plenty wet, and it's really glassy smooth. But I've been writing with this pen for a while now, and it displays behavior which we call baby's bottom. It might show up here, especially when you go downstrokes there. You see some skipping right there. That's characteristic of baby's bottom, and I find that many broad nibs, when they're over polished, get this phenomenon called baby's bottom. If this is the tip of your pen, and there is the split between the tines, you're looking end on. If the tip is over polished, you get a look like this, which, you guessed it, looks like a baby's bottom. And so in large scale here, let's draw it a little bit bigger, Doug. So there's a gap right there where the ink doesn't reach the page, and you get this skipping phenomenon, especially on the downstroke when the nib is at the low angle, the start of your downstroke. It does not touch the page there. See, it's doing it okay when I have it at a higher angle, but at the lower angle it's not touching the page, and so the ink isn't being transferred. So I'm going to do something about that for you and show you the difference once it's fixed. It's a fairly easy fix, and we'll deal with that in a moment. First, let's look at the ink. And the ink is Italian as well, and it's also a gift from Don. Thank you, Don. He sent me an entire 90 milliliter bottle of Scribo Aranchia. I think I'm spelling this wrong. There might be an H in there. D Sicilia. There's that baby's bottom. And this is a nicely orange, flamey kind of a color that I thought matched this pen perfectly. And they're both Italian, so perfect fit. And as to line variation, well, it's already fairly broad, and so you're not going to get a lot of line variation. There is a little bit of bounce to the nib, but not much. It's fairly stiff steel. And the line this nib makes is 0.8 millimeters making it a bang-on Western broad or a Japanese broad plus. And for our quote, and for some reverse writing. Yeah, not much of a reverse writer. Very scratchy and thin. And for some quick writing. Yeah, the feed isn't having a difficult time. It's that nib with the baby's bottom. You can see when I get it writing, it flows pretty nicely. So let's deal with that baby's bottom right now. Okay, we're back with the Partenope Fiamma. I went through my micro mesh. It took me, 2 minutes. I went from 2400 to 3200 to 4000 to 6000 to 8000 to 12,000 grit, doing the technique that I show in the video that you can view by clicking right up here. And it is a figure 8 pattern, 8 times horizontally and then vertically through each one of those micro meshes. It's a technique that Stephen Brown showed on his video, and I did a video just the same. Get yourself a micro mesh kit like this, very inexpensive, and tune your own nibs. Start with an inexpensive one so you get the technique down. It's very easy to do. And now that I've allowed the pen to dry out while I was talking, let's see if it exhibits any of that baby's bottom now. Perfect. No problem. Let me put the details down again. And there we are. You might notice that the ink is a little bit lighter than it was before, and that's because of the water I used on the micro mesh. It was watering down the ink, but this pen is perfect now. So, what do I like and what do I not like about this fountain pen? I love this fountain pen because it's beautiful, it's broad, it's colorful and unique, and it was a gift. So what's not to love? But I'm a critic, and so I need to pick holes in it. There are a few things that I'll mention, but none of them shift the balance of my objective opinion of this pen from it being an outstanding product. It is obviously made with a great deal of attention to detail, design, and function. From the charming landscape engraving frieze of Naples on the cap, to the flowing beautiful clip, to the stunning flaming acrylic and the removable blind cap and the extended upscale converter, this is a terrific fountain pen. The cap doesn't post, so the pen is usable, so if that's a thing for you, this pen would be a non-starter. The pen is on the heavy side, even unposted. And unposted, it is slightly back-weighted, but otherwise comfortable in the hand. And this nib suffered from a little bit of baby's bottom, something many broad nibs suffer from, it seems. I fixed this nib in under 2 minutes. Go to the Gioia website. I'll link it in the description below. There you'll see they have a variety of very interesting pens that are competitively priced with their Italian compatriots, Visconti, Leonardo, Maiora, and the rest. And there you have it. And thanks go out to Crazy Dawn of Colorado for the gift of this beautiful fountain pen and the support of my channel. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to get instant notifications whenever a new video is posted. And please look in the description for a link to Goldspot pens, as I'm an affiliate of the online store. And when you shop at Goldspot using my link, you'll be supporting my channel at no extra charge to you. You can also join as a member of my channel for just 99 cents a month, and I guarantee I'll answer your comments in the comment section, and you'll get cool emojis, badges, and sneak peek unboxing videos as well. And that just leaves it for me to say thank you for watching. And that's all she wrote.